Hey everybody, it's Brian and Rachel Goulet of the Goulet Pen Company and Ink Nouveau, and we're here for yet another week of Right Time at 9. It's January 16th,
2013,
not 2012. I said 2012 in my last video that I did.
Really?
Because I wasn't even thinking about it.
I keep saying it and writing it too, especially when I'm writing checks. Oh, it drives me nuts.
Oh yeah, well you're so used to the last year.
I know.
It takes some time to adjust.
Last year just flew.
It really did. Really did. I still don't know what happened in 2010, let alone 2012. So
I don't remember that year.
Yes. So here we are. It's, right time. We got a few things to talk about. This is the second broadcast we've done this year. We intended to do one the first week of January, had to cancel that. We did one last week, and that went okay. And now we're here. And if you saw our newsletter or the post that we did on Ink Nouveau announcing the Right Time broadcast, which now I just realized I never updated anything on the Right Time page.
I did tonight.
You did? Oh, look at you.
I mean, like 10 minutes ago, but still, I did it.
Okay, well, it's there. But anyway, we try to get the word out, but this is going to be the last Right Time we're going to do for a little while. We're going to take another hiatus, and we'll explain that more later in the broadcast. Because we're going to ramble on with that one. But anyway, in the meantime, we've got some product-related things to talk about, some stuff that people will probably be interested in. So
I've had some questions in the chat about some things we're out of stock on, and just so you know, like when we're out of stock, it's usually because we've ordered it and our distributor's out, or if it's like a couple days and we're just waiting for a shipment to come in. If we're out of something for weeks, it's usually because we're trying to order and can't get it back in. So sometimes people, not saying anyone here, sometimes people get really mad at us. They're like, you guys suck at your job. You can't keep things in stock. I'm like, I'm trying. It's not my fault.
Like, there's nothing more we could do, It's if they don't have it, we don't have it.
Exactly. So like, and some of them are really popular products, like Noodler's 54th. We're out of Black Swan Australian Roses. I just realized we're out of Clairefontaine, like the blank A5s. We're out of apparently Con 50 converters. Like,
it drives us crazy when we're out of this stuff.
I mean, some of it's coming in, and the other stuff, like Exoclair, is out of like more than half of the stuff we're trying to order. I think what happened is that most big distributors close for like a week or two at the end of the year to do their physical inventory. So during that time, they're not reordering from the manufacturers or counting everything they have, and sometimes I'm sure they have less than they think they did. So it takes a while to get things rolling again. So here it is, January, we're trying to place orders. They're still recovering. Sometimes they're backlogged because everyone's been placing orders. They weren't shipping them during their inventory. And it makes for a very slow start to January. So most of them are just waiting for shipments in from, France or Japan or wherever they're coming from. Namiki Falcons, that's another good one.
Oh, they've been out for a month already.
They've been out since early December. There's a shipment coming in late January, early February. But the distributor already sold everything that they have coming in and then some. So it's like, it's like first people who get their order and get it. And so it's like, we're hoping we get our order.
We don't even know how many of those we're going to get.
We're hoping we get our order, but...
Well, we did get some broads in, some soft broads.
Like 2 or 3, yeah.
But, I don't know where everything else is.
So the fines and the mediums we're waiting for early February. But it means like everybody in the country's out. It's not just us. Or any retailer who still has it, they're fortunate enough to have stocked up ahead of time. Either that or they're not that busy. One of the two. Or maybe both. I don't know. But we're trying really hard to bring stuff in. So just so you guys know that we're working for you. We hate being out of stock. It's the worst.
Yes, it's like our life's mission to never be out of stock of anything.
Well, it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. I mean,
Yeah.
It's just dumb. So we're trying.
We really are.
If there are specific products you're interested in, sign up for the email notification. If you're wondering whether it's going to be, tomorrow, next week, or we'll let you know. So you can always shoot us an email and say, hey, when's 54th Massachusetts coming in? And be like, you know what? Nathan's working on our ink right now, and we should have a shipment in the next week. But, fingers crossed, you never know. Stuff happens in shipping, and it's that time of year where you have, snow and ice and inclement weather, and ink can freeze. I mean, you never know.
Oh, that's rare. That doesn't happen that often. I don't want to freak people out and think that ink freezes all the time. We had like 5 instances of that I can even remember.
I was saying it could happen to other people, and then it slows down the whole distribution chain.
Oh, maybe.
Stuff coming in from Europe all the way up to like New York or something, going across the ocean. Who knows? I don't really know how that stuff travels, boat or plane or...
I think most of it comes by boat.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're working to restock. Let's talk about new stuff or stuff we just got in.
We can talk about the Pilot Iroshizukus because I just kind of did a review. I did a broad overview of the 3 new colors. I did a detailed review of Ama Iro, which
Sky blue.
Sky blue. It's a nice color.
I've been writing with it. It's really nice.
It is. It's not my absolute favorite blue, but then that's just me, being completely honest. I do like it. It's just not my favorite. And there's nothing against the ink. It's just that particular shade of blue is a little light for my taste. I prefer Konpeki over Ama Iro.
More the royal blues.
A little bit yeah, exactly. Liberty's Elysium, Noodler's blue, that's my shade of blue.
It's nice. It's different. There actually aren't, surprisingly, there aren't a lot of inks in this color spectrum.
Yeah, I talked about that in the video I did. There's a lot of turquoises that have more green to them than Ama Iro. That look very similar to each other, like Schaefer turquoise, Diamine turquoise, Diamine aqua lagoon, I think it was.
Well, I was looking at the swabs that you compared against, and I think Waterman inspired blue, which used to be South Sea blue. Yeah, that one looks pretty similar, at least by the swab.
It's a little greener. It's a little greener. It's really difficult sometimes to see some of the subtle differences in a computer screen versus in person, but I can tell you in person that Ama Iro doesn't have an exact match that looks just like it. Everything else I found was a little green.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess there just aren't a lot of true light blues.
And my one regret with doing that video is that I didn't include Sailor Sky High. And the reason I didn't is because it actually wasn't that close of a color to this one. Yeah. Everything else I showed was closer in color.
Yeah, it is a lot darker.
Because of the name, I really should have showed it just to show a comparison. But Sky High is a darker blue, and it's got a red sheen to it. Ama Iro is lighter and a more true blue.
There are some Diatramentis inks that are in this color spectrum. I think in the scented line. Like I'm thinking like Forget Me Not and Field Flowers.
Field Flowers was pretty close. I almost showed that one.
But of course it's scented.
But it's scented and stuff, so I kind of left it out. There were so many blues in this range. I even showed more than I do normally in a video of all the different swabs. It was like almost 20 different colors. It was kind of crazy. But anyway, there you go. That's Ama Iro.
The other two are coming.
Yeah, the other two are coming sometime. I'm really trying to get to them, but I'll briefly talk about them. Takesumi is the black. And there has been no Iroshizuku black. This is the only one. I mean, blues, there's other blues that are close and stuff, but Takesumi is the distinct black ink of the Iroshizuku line. And I personally am very pleased with how this black turned out. The swab is not necessarily as representative of what it looks like in writing. You can see in the writing here that the black is actually pretty darn black. It looks a little different than like a Noodler's black. Noodler's black actually has a bit of yellow to it. This is not have a lot of yellow to it, or it doesn't. Blacks either lean yellow or they lean red. That's kind of what I found.
Yeah.
This one is kind of in the middle. It doesn't really lean heavy one way or another. It's kind of just a pure black. But I found that it is up there with some of the darkest blacks out there.
That's great.
Yeah. So I was really pleased to see that. The only thing that was kind of a drawback for me that maybe I had unrealistic expectations for it. I was hoping it would dry as fast as some of the other Iroshizukus that I've seen. Some of the ones like Konpeki and other ones that I've reviewed dry in like 5 to 10 seconds on Rhodia paper. Well, Takesumi took longer. It was like 25 seconds. Which is normal for a fountain pen ink to take that long, but the one disappointment I had is that the ink dries normal, I guess you could call it. It's not long, it's just normal. But then on cheaper paper, it takes much shorter, like 5 seconds to dry. So it's still very, very acceptable. The flow is still incredible, but it was the one thing that kept me from just completely being blown away by this ink. And I'm just being completely honest there. We are retailers and we sell it, and I could tell you it's the greatest ink ever made. But, as a more objective reviewer, that was my one disappointment with the ink. We got a question here, Zildjian Pride asking in the chat. No, sorry.
Not Zildjian Pride. Is the writing done on the swab sample written with a medium nib?
No, it's actually written with a glass pen, which, funny enough, is a glass pen that we don't even sell anymore. It's a J. Bond glass pen.
You know
and
what?
The only reason that I do that is because I started doing that when I first did the swabs, And now we've got well over 600 swabs done, and I can't go back and redo them at this point.
Well, you know what? I've been told that they've fixed the issues, which they've said before, but I might order a couple just to see. Mm-hmm. We're not going to release them for sale until we do our own, internal quality checking. But there's a possibility we'll bring back the Jerbon glass pens.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm optimistic. It's in the 2013 Exoclair catalog, which actually just got posted to the public. Mm. They dropped the swirly color, but they do have the solid color. And then they have the large version.
Yeah.
So
the large dark blue one is the one that I use.
Okay, the large one.
For what it's worth, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll check them out, see if they're good. Because we have the Roaring Klingner ones now. They're a bit more expensive. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're good. But, it's nice to have variety.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
I kind of just started doing them that way. And, a glass pen probably isn't the most ideal choice. But when you're doing that many swabs, to ink up and clean out a fountain pen for every single one of those is just not practical. So, and then the other color that they came out with is Shinkai, and I'm really loving this color. It's a blue black. It's it's a
deep
darker.
sea.
Yeah, Tsukiyo was the other kind of blue black color they have.
It's more like a deep
but
navy.
That's like a navy, and it looked blue black compared to the rest of the line, but it's not really a true blue black. This is more of a true blue black. But the cool thing about this is it's got really good shading. So if you like a blue black that has shading in it, this is definitely an ink to check out. There's not a whole lot of comparable colors to Shinkai if you really get into it. Again, it's kind of like Iro, where there's a lot of them that are kind of close, but not anything that's dead on to this. So I always get excited when a new ink comes out and there's not an exact match of any other brand out there. So I like seeing stuff that's completely unique.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of unique inks, I guess we'll go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Diamine Music Set. So this has been available in UK. We're still waiting for them to come into the US. I'm told it's supposed to be this week. Which means we'll have it next week. We're waiting. So, okay, last week we told you it was a limited edition. And some people emailed and like, no, we heard from the UK that it's regular ongoing. And I'm like, no, the US distributor definitely said limited edition. He said limited to 100 sets. They're going to be blah, 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 blah. So I wrote him. I was like, hey, we're getting this conflicting information. Has something changed? Can you give us an update? And he's like, oh, yeah, actually, it looks like they are going to keep producing them ongoing. They're initially going to be limited, and I guess he has to wait a month or two in between shipments anyway. And he wanted us to keep track of the numbers or something like that. And then he said they're talking about making refills available. And I'm like, well, how are you going to track who bought the set? And I don't really understand what's going on. Serious. I'm just sharing you what I know because we get a lot of questions. All I know is we're getting an initial limited shipment. And there may or may not be more in the future. They may or may not be refills available for people who bought the set or didn't buy the set. Or it may just continue to be produced in the set. They may make it regular colors. I don't know. I'm just letting you know.
We don't have
the
best information at this time.
Our distributor doesn't seem to quite know either. And he's trying to reach out to the UK, to Diamine, just what's going on. Because it takes a while for stuff to come in the US. So we kind of have to we either get delayed information or, whatever. So
just like people in the UK and Australia and other places get upset about noodlers for having delayed information in stock and stuff like that, we're kind of in the same situation sometimes with stuff that comes from other countries.
Yeah, Lamy is released ahead of time. Pilot's released ahead of time. And some stuff just takes a while to get to the US, but US products we get first. So I guess it evens out.
It kind of works out like that. Yeah.
So they're going to be limited. I don't even know how many we're getting. I know how many I ordered. I don't know how many we're getting, but I expect these in next week. So the price is going to be around $99. It might be give or take, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and set the price at $99. If it's $1 or $2 off, no big deal. I'll absorb it if I need to. If I need to lower it, I will. But that's what it's going to be. It's 10 bottles of brand new Diamine colors. These are not part of the regular line. They're 30 mil. They're named after different music composers, and they come in a nice little gift box and everything. And I think we kind of covered these last week, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I just want to let you guys know we're still expecting them to come soon. I think it should be next week. With that, we'll also be restocking of a bunch of Diamine inks we're out of. We're out of Red Dragon and Oxblood and just, oh my gosh, so many Diamine colors. A lot of the more popular ones. Grape, but no, I think we just got grape. I don't know. Either way. we're getting more Diamine in hopefully next week.
We're out of a lot of things, just all over the place.
It's so frustrating.
And we've got it on back order, and we're bugging everybody. And trust us, it's frustrating for everybody. But, we'll get it.
So if you want the Diamine Music Set from us, get on the email list. We'll try to update, like expected to arrive. Once I get a shipping, I'll know the exact date, and then we can kind of more or less, it won't necessarily be a timed release, but at least you'll know the date. We'll do our best to let you know in advance. So hopefully next week.
Yep. And keeping along the line of inks, well, we've gotten some questions in the chat here. Sorry, we're not trying to ignore everybody. We just got some of this stuff we're trying to.
I think it's nothing for us. They're talking about different inks and talking about different reds and oranges and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of good reds. I mean, reds are tough. Reds are really tough inks to make, to be honest with you. And pretty much every manufacturer has a tough time with reds. But some of the best ones out there are Schaefer Red. That's very popular.
Nikita, Noodler's Nikita.
Which we're out of stock of that all the time.
Are we out? I don't think we're out right now.
I think we have it now, but that's one of the ones that we're perpetually out of stock for months at a time. So Nikita's a good one. Widowmaker's not bad either. That doesn't get as much attention as Nikita.
Yeah, it has a little more pink to it. But.
Yeah. Diamine's got a lot of good reds. All the ones we just mentioned.
Matador is
Red
a really
Dragon,
good red.
Matador, Oxblood. Those are all great.
Well, Oxblood, those get more into like the Burgundy family.
Yeah.
Matador is and Diamine Classic Red. Those are fabulous, just reds.
Yeah.
I think Matador we just used in the December ink drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. I would go with one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
But speaking along the lines of inks.
More new inks are coming, probably the end of this week or early next. Scribble Workshop is coming out with some new ones. So there are 2 more inks in part of the Cryptid series, which is the series we have so far. So all the mythological creatures.
Zulong is one of the inks, one of the good red inks too, which we forgot to just mention. That was mentioned in the chat. So yeah.
Zulong Red. So there's going to be a mermaid, like a cyan turquoise. And a Sasquatch brown.
Yes.
The drawing of Sasquatch.
The drawing of Sasquatch is pretty funny. You'll like it.
So, and I saw the drawing on their Facebook page. So if you follow them on Facebook, if you scroll back to like December, they did do drawings of each of these. So the mermaid turquoise and Sasquatch brown. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah.
And then
Lucas has admitted that he's not a good artist. Like, he does not like to draw unless they're like Celtic knots. That's his thing, is the Celtic knots. So he's not like super in love with all of his drawings, but he's going for it.
It is what it is.
Yep, it's distinctly him.
And then he's launching a new line called the Bunny series. So there's the cryptids, and now this will be the bunnies. These are washable inks. The idea being, and we haven't tested it and haven't seen it for ourselves, the idea being if you spill it on your clothes or something like that, it's supposed to be easy to wash out.
Yes.
Much more kid-friendly, hence the name Bunny.
Yeah. So they're not like non-toxic, like ingestible inks or anything like that. So don't think that they're, he didn't want to call them kid-safe or anything like that.
Right.
But it's more just accident safe. If you spill some on your carpet or on your clothes or something, that it will be easier to remove than other fountain pen inks. So that's the idea behind the whole Bunny series.
And these
it'll be interesting to do some tests with those.
These are smaller bottles. They're 1 ounce and they're $6 each, which is crazy good. That's
still
like
really, really cheap.
Like 1 ounce is like 30 mils. So it's like a Jeroboam, which is like $10, or the Noodler's Eternal $13. So $6 for a 1 ounce. There are 5 colors. I'm looking at my list here. So it's Squidling Black, Lizard Green, Salamander Red, Damselfish Blue, and Toad Purple. So, cute little animals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Bunny series. So we'll have those available probably early next week. Maybe late this week. It just depends how the shipments go and how much time we have to do up the swabs.
Yeah, we'll be swabbing them and putting them up on the swab shop and everything, just like
that would be good for people doing up samples who spilled them on their pants.
Hey, that's like a rite of passage around the Goulet shop. Everybody's spilled ink on themselves
on the first day.
Yeah, usually the first day. Yeah, usually the first day.
So we'll get those up on the site soon. I haven't listed them yet, but they'll be coming. Maybe I'll just wait till they come in and then we can just put them up with swabs.
Yeah,
we ordered plenty, so it's not going to be like a sellout situation or anything.
We're not expecting it to be like that. Yeah.
So, excited about that.
Yep.
What is next? We always have to talk about Twsbi.
Yeah, because we got some timeline updates for Twsbi. We gave a bunch of timeline updates last week. We got a little more information.
Yeah, we got
not a ton, but
we
a little
got
more.
Some more stuff in since then. So we've restocked some things. We're out of a couple minis right now, but we're getting more at the end of the month. So everything, and the blue inkwells as well, we're getting at the end of the month. So everything we don't have, we should restock within the next 2 weeks. The 580s are on track to come out in early February. Mm-hmm. So I said initially late January. It'll probably be early February, barring any major issues. That's still on track. So we're excited about that. Again, those are the new 540. It's the 580 in clear initially. I'm not sure about stubs, but at least extra fine through broad. It's basically going to be like the big brother to the Twsbi Mini. So the Mini is going to be like a little brother to the 580.
Yeah, here's a picture of the 540.
Oh, the Twsbi Facebook page, he said end of February. I just talked to them yesterday. Or the day before. Okay, I guess stuff changed.
Interesting.
All right, late February, which means early March.
For us. Well, we'll have to get ourselves straight on that.
I know they're in the process of getting the nibs writing perfectly, and, they don't want to rush to release it with nibs that need work, so...
yes, because they've done that before, and they have regretted it, so they're probably taking their time to get it done right.
Yeah, I missed that Facebook update. Oh, man.
See, you miss it for a day, and everything changes. We try to keep up with this stuff, but honestly, it's hard
I seriously
sometimes.
just talked to them like yesterday, the day before.
I know. That's crazy. Is it really on their page?
I'm looking.
Anyway, this is a picture of the 540. The 580 is supposed to be this size, but it's going to be a little bit different. I think it's supposed to be is it supposed to be threaded on the end like the Mini?
I believe so.
Okay, so I think that's one change. The 540
This
technically...
is the 540 we pictured here.
Yeah, technically the 540 is not supposed to be postable. I mean, you can do it, but it's not designed that way. But the 580 will be. So, there you go. Okay, they got a link.
Oh, it's not on their Facebook page. It's on FPN. Okay.
Oh, of course. Well, how didn't we find that?
Under the... Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, we talked to them yesterday. We thought that was sound information, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, it was updated today. Okay, yeah.
Huh.
Oh, that's a bummer. The Eco is in progress. It'll be sometime later this year. There's a lot of other stuff that they're working on, too, that we hopefully will see later this year. A lot of exciting stuff. Mm-hmm. Stuff that's either in production or gearing up for production, which, usually means a couple months. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
I will let you know when we know more. Mm-hmm. So, you guys showed us something.
Can't rest for a minute.
I got to update our website.
Okay. All right, moving on. Talking about some more Twsbi stuff.
We're getting in some new Twsbi things.
Just dabbling. Dabbling a little bit in some mechanical pencils. We talked about doing pencils last week, and I always kind of had an interest in mechanical pencils. Not a deep interest, but I used a lot of mechanical pencils as a kid. I was always a fiddler, taking my pens apart and stuff like that. That's part of why I love fountain pens. Of course, fountain pens is our first and foremost love, obviously. But, we've had a lot of people who are also a fan of mechanical pencils. And what we found is that people who are into fountain pens really kind of despise ballpoints for the most part. Like, once they make the transition, they kind of shun ballpoints.
Yeah.
But
pencils are a little different.
Pencils are different because pencils are kind of, you can
use them in tandem.
Yeah, they're kind of like fountain pens.
They have a whole different purpose.
There's a lot of different customization type stuff to your writing experience that you can do with pencils. Different softness of lead, different lead thicknesses, different types of mechanisms and stuff. So it's still kind of a tinkerer's kind of thing, just like fountain pens are. Not to the same degree at all as fountain pens, but, same kind of thing. So we've had a lot of people asking us about pencils lately. So we just kind of wanted to dip our toes in the water a little bit.
Super quick. There was a question in the chat that I know if it keeps going, we'll miss. And people said, you need to go back. All
right, go for it.
Does anyone make quality paper in U.S. letter size? Now, they also said they would love a 3-hole punch U.S. letter size dot pad. I don't know.
That ain't going to happen.
There are very few that exist. The only one I know that is quality, like high fountain pen friendly U.S. letter size, at least that we carry, is the Clairefontaine makes a side wire-bound notebook. It's the 8267. It's 3-hole punch with perforated pages, and it's letter size. It's got a lot of pages in it. A little pricey, but you're getting a whole lot for it. And it's
pricey, but it's priced according to how many pages it has.
And that is 3-hole punch and perforated and everything like that. So
it's not dot though.
No, it's not dot. It's lined. I don't know anything that is dot and U.S. letter size. Everything that's dot is European.
It comes from outside the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually really don't know any U.S. U.S. paper makers that are fountain pen friendly.
I mean, there's some laser jet paper. HP laser jet paper is pretty decent. Staples has some loose leaf paper, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know where black and red is made. I don't. So
does anyone make quality paper in U.S. letter size?
I mean, bound paper, I can't really think of any. I mean, you've got loose sheets, like you buy in a ream, and that you get U.S. letter size.
But fountain pen friendly?
Yeah, like our stuff that we print our invoices on,
Oh, yeah, like not necessarily like notebook paper.
Yeah, bound notebooks, I got no suggestions for you.
And even like loose sheet paper, I don't know. I know I really like our invoice, like the HP... Basically, 24 pound on up is pretty awesome for fountain pens.
I think now it's just the 24 and the 32 pound. They got rid of the 28 pound.
Yeah.
Which was awesome stuff. But the 24 pound's still pretty good.
I haven't tried Crane yet.
Crane might. I don't know what kind of... I mean, I know they do like stationery and stuff like that, but I don't know what kind of notebook offerings they have. I don't think they do bound journal type stuff. I think it's only loose sheet paper.
I don't even know whether we're talking bound journal or loose. I think we're just talking... that size.
You can check out Crane. I mean, some of their stuff is more fountain pen friendly than others, though, because they make kind of the full game.
They're on my list to research for a possible brand this year. They're
hard to contact. We've contacted them several times and gotten nothing. So.
There's a couple brands that's like, we reach out, and they just don't respond. They're like, I don't know.
That's the same kind of thing, like being out of stock of stuff. Some people like get really upset at the fact that we don't carry certain brands.
Like Visconti.
Bexley. We've gotten people
I reached out
really
to Visconti
upset.
4 times now.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just
I reached
hard.
out to Mont Blanc about their inks, and they didn't want anything to do with us.
Sometimes because we're an online-only retailer, that's like a turnoff for certain brands.
They're like, oh, you're just going to discount on Amazon, and we can't deal with people like you. I was like, no, we're not like that.
That's not what we do. Just take a minute to learn about us, and I don't feel that way. So
anyway, that's
total diversion.
Okay, Twsbi mechanical pencils. We ordered a couple. So they're coming next week. There's a couple different models. You can check them out on Twsbi's website. I think we might be the first retailer to carry these besides Twsbi. But they come in black and silver, in 0.5 or 0.7 millimeter lead, and in a fixed or a retractable tip, which I had to ask them what the heck this means because I'm just not a pencil person. I don't understand. The fixed, as I understand, the mechanism is like in place all the way through the pen. It's like made totally solidly out of steel. It's like very, very sturdy for like if you're drafting.
It's meant for precision.
Very precise, like precision, like if you're doing architecture type, drafting type things. The other one is like a retractable, just like you'd normally think about. Oh, those are the ballpoints. You have the ballpoints pictured.
My bad.
Okay, here comes the pencils.
They look so different.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at the tip and the fact that
I'm only looking at a small image here as I'm pulling it up.
Okay, so in this one, if you guys can tell, the silver one has the retractable tip. So this is, like you'd think a typical click mechanism. And the fixed is the black one that's pictured. And you can see it doesn't have that like end piece sticking out as much where the lead comes out. So again, black and silver, 0.5 and 0.7, and then fixed or retractable. They're $25 each. And we'll have lead available too. I haven't ordered that yet, but we will. And they have a super crazy long eraser, so I'm told. I mean, haven't seen it in person, but I think we actually...
I got a picture. When you point at the screen, honey, it doesn't make a difference.
Well, I was pointing to you.
There's the eraser. It doesn't give you a lot of perspective, though. I think I've got a picture of the eraser with the mechanism here. So just to give you an idea, I mean, that's a pretty... Okay, I don't know if super crazy long is the right explanation. It's a pretty long eraser. It's longer than your average pencil.
I mean, it's going to last you a while.
Yeah, it will. Do they have replaceable erasers?
That's a good question.
Did you ask about that?
I did not.
Okay, we'll have to check. We'll have to inquire about
and they're lead too. I was going to get some Lamy lead because that's, we can get it through them and they have both sizes. But
yeah, it's not as urgent for us to get the lead because let's be real.
Or erasers, you got to really screw up to use that much of an eraser like that quickly.
I mean, you'll eventually go through it.
I mean, eventually, but it's going to take a while.
But the lead is like, you can get 0.5 and 0.7 lead anywhere.
That's true. I know, but it'd be nice to be able to offer it,
sure.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, we'll get it. I mean, we're getting like a couple of each of these
Everybody's
things.
making innuendo jokes about the erasers, which I'm not going to repeat. But okay, so there's a bunch of people in here like, oh my gosh, get these out of my sight. Like, I only want to do a fountain pen. So other people are like, oh, that looks cool. I
get it. We do fountain pens and that's our thing. And I get
We're not going to focus on these too long. I just wanted to point out that we are dabbling in it just as a way to kind of, like we're talking to like a comic artist, and like he does his sketches in pencil before going over it in fountain pen. So it's a way for him to just get the outline and make sure it's what he wants before the permanency of a fountain pen ink.
Right.
So it's like, oh wow, the two actually can go hand in hand. Ballpoints are a little different. We are going to carry the Twsbi ballpoints as well. There's the same thing, black and silver, 1 millimeter tip, and those are 25 as well.
Yeah.
So just a couple little things.
So we're not going to
if you're interested, check them out.
We're not going to go nuts, but I'm curious. I want to play around with them. I mean, Twsbi, we like their pencils, we like their pens. We've heard good things about their pencils. I've heard really good things about
the pencils, and these are from fountain pen enthusiasts, so there's a little bit of cross up. And I've had some people be like, if you guys ever carry ballpoints, I'm never going to shop from you again. It's like
really, come on,
just don't go to that page on our site. Just like
every other.
You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to buy it.
Every other fountain pen retailer pretty much has ballpoints in some capacity.
So it says ballpoints are the Aztec of the pen world.
Well, that would mean that they're super awesome and that the coolest people
and reliable
recognize their great value and utility. Then that must be what you mean, because that's what the Aztec is.
Well, the general public does.
What?
I don't know.
Use ballpoints for the utility?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only gold ones. That's right. Gold's where's that?
And they come best in pairs.
Yeah, we have 2 right now. It's good to have a decoy, if I really want to if we're not home but look like we are, so
if we ever want to pull a heist or run away from the paparazzi, then we're going to be good.
What paparazzi? Who cares about us?
Hey, I don't know. Granted, a gold Aztec is not the best car to run away from the paparazzi. It's kind of
no one's ever going to steal it because nobody wants it. And if it's lost, everyone's like, oh, just look for the Aztec. It's not hard to find. It would only be better if it were bright yellow. But anyway, we always talk about our car. We don't need to keep talking about our car.
Hey, we didn't bring it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
What's next? What's next on the agenda? Price increases?
Yes, we do have.
And by price increases, I mean you should buy stuff soon, because if you wait, then you have to pay more.
Well, these are manufacturer mandated prices increases.
So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Some things have already gone into place. Some are coming in February. So I just wanted to go over those real quick so that if you were on the fence about something and you're like, oh man, I don't want to pay $2 or $10 more for it or whatever, just so you have, I'm giving you the information so you could either buy it now at the lower price or...
We're not trying to say oh, you should buy it now. It's more just...
I'm equipping you with the information to make a decision.
Well, pretty much every January, there come price increases from most of our manufacturers. So, we just put the information out there and let you decide for yourself, because, whether it's now or a little from now, they're not as bad as they have been in past years. So don't freak out completely.
We already did the Exoclear stuff. It's already updated on our site. I think it goes into effect pretty soon, but I just went ahead and did those. Some went down, some went up.
Yeah, they weren't drastic.
We already put into place Waterman and Parker. I feel like there's something else.
Granted, we don't carry a lot of those.
It's just the inks. So they changed a little bit. So I got Schaefer and I got Lamy. So super quick.
Yeah, we'll go through some of these in more detail, the Schaefer and Lamy.
The Schaefer ink is going up to $9 a piece. I think it's at $8.50 right now. The VFM is going up to $16.50. It's currently at, I think, $15. Is that right?
I think so.
So $1.50. The Schaefer 100 is going up to $40 a piece. So it was $38, now it's $40, which is crazy because a year ago we were selling that for I
think it was
$28.
Yeah.
So it was back when they had different discounting policies, and then they raised their prices and changed their discounts. So it's going to be $40 a piece for the Schaefer 100. The Ferrari is going to stay the same at $50. If you're interested in the 300, that is the same price. It starts at $75. And then I have all the other models, which we don't currently carry, but if you ever wanted to special order, we could. The Preludes, they've totally changed because they dropped all the colored ones, and they're introducing the signature line and that sort of thing. So the basic Preludes, they're still starting at 65 is the lowest, 70, 95. The newer ones are up to 185. Oh, sorry, up to 250. Wow, that's a lot.
Well, those are the 22 karat ones.
Yeah, that's true. 185 to up to 250. So if you're interested in anything, let us know. But the 100 and the inks and the VFMs that we carry, those will go into effect February 15th. Yeah, February 15th. Lamy isn't that bad. Last year there were some big increases, especially on the gold nib pen. Some of them jumped like $50. It's crazy. This year not so bad.
Dialogue jumped like $100. That was insane.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
Oops, where'd my document go? There it is. Okay. The Lamy 2000 is going up $5. No, wait, $4, which we discount a little bit, so it's really like $3.20 more. Okay, not a big deal.
Not the end of the world.
The All-Star and the Safari are going up $2. So we currently sell it at $28. It'll be like $29.60 plus the converter. The Dialogue, yeah, I mean, and then the converter.
Yeah.
Dialogue 3 is going up $10, so our price would be up like $8. The Studio stainless steel is going up $4. The ones with the gold nib are going up $4. Yeah, they're going up like $4. So not a big deal, but for some people that makes a difference of money towards shipping or towards a bottle of ink or a couple samples or I'm not sneezing at $4 or $2.
No, I mean we'd love to not see any price increases, but we're realistic to know that stuff happens and it's kind of a fact of life.
Honestly, like the price increases this year were not that bad. I was like last year was way worse, and I think it's because of the stuff gold was doing and shipping costs and fuel costs and stuff like that. This year it seems like it's evened out a little bit. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But either way, just want to let you guys know so you have the information, make a decision. The Lamy price increases are going into effect February 1st. So we'll be raising our prices then.
And that's all we know of at the time being, right? There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on like Monteverde. I'm waiting for their new catalog to come out. They discontinued some of the Prima colors. They're coming out with some new Artistic Crystal colors. They're coming out with maybe new Prima colors. I don't know, honestly.
I don't know either.
They actually caught me by surprise. They discontinued 2 of the Color Fusion Invincias. The yellow and the white, the Skyhawk white and the Avenger yellow. Those were discontinued. We just went to reorder them just like we normally do. And they're like, sorry, we're all gone. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So,
it happens sometimes. Sometimes we get a heads up if something's being discontinued. But you'd be surprised how often we just go to reorder something and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, it's not going to be available anymore and we don't have any left. So, sorry.
And then with Lamy, there's some new colors of pens coming out in the near future. I don't know exactly when we'll see them in the U.S., but, news is already out there of a Safari and an All-Star, so expect to see those in the next couple months.
Yep.
I just don't know exactly when. But, go on FPN, all the information's out there.
Stuff gets leaked.
It's the internet. I'm not confirming or denying anything, but I'm just saying information's out there if you want to see what's going on.
Yep. Welcome to 2013.
Yeah. Some new stuff with Pilot coming in April. So we'll let you know more as we know more. And, more exact dates. But some cool stuff in the works. Also, we're not going to say anything exactly yet because we want you guys to read our newsletters and keep checking back. But we got some new brands in the works. And some are surprises that we haven't mentioned at all to anybody. Yes. And I'm not even going to say what category they're in, but some really cool stuff we're really excited about. We
got some tricks up our sleeves.
Some of which we may even have next week. I'm not sure. Yeah. So if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, I strongly encourage you to, because if we're not able to do Right Time Ongoing, that's going to be the best source of information. You can keep checking our Coming Soon page, check our What's New page, and those I keep updated every day. I need to update the Twsbi timelines, but I just found that out tonight.
Exactly.
So we have several new brands in the works, but at least one for sure that's like on the way. So really excited. That's all I'm going to say.
It'll be a good one too. We're excited about it.
Oh, many videos.
Yeah.
Many videos.
It's going to be a total tease. We're not going to talk about it at all until it comes in.
Really excited.
Yep.
Oh, and there's other new stuff we have coming in early next week that I also can't say. I was sworn to secrecy, but you'll see them on our website for sale probably by Tuesday. So check our What's New page next week.
We're going to keep you on your toes. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could tell, but some things we promised we wouldn't until they're ready for the world to know. So.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about Right Time.
Yes.
Talk about what's going on.
Or what's not going on, rather. Okay.
Well, let's back it up a little bit.
Okay.
Explain kind of the bigger picture and then why it's led to Right Time.
Okay. Well, then I'll change my other lower third. Okay. We've got some internal changes that are going on at Goulet Pens.
Some sad, some new, some exciting. It's change.
Yeah. I mean, we've been around for 3 years now. We hired our first employee almost 2 years ago.
Ben was the first one.
Ben was our first, and then Drew came on, and, Randall and Alex and Sam, and then Randall and Alex, and, and then we've had a lot of other members join our team.
I have some, like Jacob, I haven't put his picture bio up yet. He started with us in October, and I still haven't put him up yet.
Well, to be fair, he's got a beard right now, and he says he's not going to have it for much longer. So he
doesn't want his picture.
He doesn't want to be pictured with a beard forever. So we're kind of like waiting. We may put a temporary picture of him with his beard. I don't know. But anyway, so the sad news is that Alex is going to be moving on to another avenue in her career.
Taking another job elsewhere, which we're super excited for her as our friend and as a person, and it's something she's been pursuing and wanting to do for a while, but obviously we're extremely sad to lose her. Fortunately, we have hired someone else to backfill her, whose name is Rachel. And that's not going to be confusing at all.
Yes. We like to hire people with the same names, We
had a Drew and an Andrew. We've had 3 Sams at one point. Yes. We've had 2 Alexes at one point. It's been crazy.
And then we're going to have 2 Rachels.
Yeah. So. And there'll be a little bit of overlap. For a while, I'm going to be basically stepping in to fill Alex's role. So that means answering the phone, answering the emails that go to the orders box, doing all the order preparation, a lot of the thank you notes. So basically what that means is I'm not going to have a lot of free time. We're not going to have a lot of free time.
We didn't have any free time to begin with, let alone now that we were actually kind of hoping to hire another admin person to train up and kind of fill in.
I was already going to expand the role to 2 people.
Yeah, we were already looking for someone, and Alex got this opportunity a little bit before we were hoping, for our sake. We're happy for her.
Yeah, we hadn't backfilled. We hadn't had the second person.
For our sake, it was kind of like, shoot, we're not quite ready yet. So Rachel's going to have to do a lot. I'm going to have to do a lot to fill in more at the hands-on level, which means cutting out some of the things like Right Time. I'll probably have to scale back my videos a bit just because we won't have time to do all the production.
Our kids are very needy right now at the ages they're at, between teething and toddlerhood and learning to walk and talk and challenging authority and independence, and it's a lot to balance right now. So in the interest of not burning out and trying to keep our sanity, we've just had to look at everything we have going on and say, okay, what can we cut, at least for right now, until we train up new staff. I'm interviewing some other people too for some other roles, and once we get everybody trained, once we get stable again, then we can look at pursuing new projects.
Yes.
It's not to say we're not going to do videos and we're not going to get new products in.
I mean, we're still going to do all that stuff. It's just more that me and Rachel ourselves will not have as much time to pursue some things that we had on our wish lists than we would have otherwise. But I think we're going to get there pretty quickly. It's going to take us a few months probably to really get up to speed.
I'm realistic. It's a really big role. It's more than just answering the phone or the emails. It's basically responsible for the entire order process. So when you order something on our website, just dealing with a payment, making sure it's ready to go, it's a lot of coordination involved.
A lot of the note writing,
a lot of the initial customer service. So it's actually a very important role.
It is, and Alex has really grown into it, and we've become very
attached to her
and very dependent on her skill set in that role. So it'll be some big shoes to fill for sure.
I'm optimistic about our future. At first I was very like, what are we going to do? But then we found a friend of her, a great person to fill the role, and I have a second person I'm talking to, and there will be more people.
Eventually it's actually going to be better having 2 admin people, because we have a lot of we won't talk about it and spoil the surprise, but we have a lot of things that we have always wanted to do but never had the time. Some more proactive customer service measures that we would like to do that we just frankly have never really gotten around to doing.
More contests and things like that just require a lot of organization and coordination. We just just hadn't. And these are all, we're busy, and that's a great problem to have, and we're so grateful and blessed, and we're just so thankful for all of it. We just need the help. So I'm excited for her and her ventures. We're gonna miss her. I'm excited for new faces and new energy and that sort of thing. And, I hope basically what we're asking from you is just, keep supporting us. I'm not saying like, oh, don't order from us because we can't handle, please continue to support us.
Please order from us. Please continue.
I just ask for your patience with us, with email or phone call
Especially
inquiries.
Phone calls. The phone calls will be particularly tough.
I'll do my best to keep up with it all, but, I might not get to you within 5 minutes or anything like that. I'll do my best. Invoices, we'll continue to do the thank you notes. We all share the load right now.
Yes, the thank you notes are something we're still hanging on to. We're trying our darndest.
I'm going to fight not to give that up.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing those since literally the first order we got with our company. We've been doing the handwritten notes. And we're really, really trying to keep that going. It is incredibly time-consuming to do that.
It says I want to order on Alex's last day and make her write all those notes.
Oh my gosh, that would be pretty hilarious. Well, her last day is next Friday, so.
Which is also Joseph's birthday.
But no, seriously, if you are going to be ordering between now and then, leave Alex a nice note in your order comments. I know she would appreciate that. Or shoot her an email. I know she would love that. She's really just been fantastic, and she's a wonderful person.
She's great with our kids, and our kids love her. And I'm kind of dreading trying to explain to Joseph, he's going to come to work. Where's Alex? I'm like, oh,
it's going to be tough. But we're also happy for her because she's getting to do something else that she wanted to do. So. It's bittersweet for us. It really is.
And I'm excited about new people too, because it's new energy and new ideas and that sort of thing.
Last day is the 25th, yes, which is also Joseph's birthday.
He's turning 3.
Yep.
Thomas the Tank Engine party.
Yep.
So along those lines, we mentioned right time. We're gonna have to give up for just a little bit.
Yeah, I know it's like we did a hiatus for most of last year.
Oops.
Get.
Sorry.
You don't know what you're doing. Okay. We did a hiatus for most of last year after Ellie was born.
So
and then we brought it back in the fall, and then went on a hiatus again at the holiday season. We brought it back for 2 weeks now, and we're going on another hiatus.
Okay.
So it's like,
well, you know what?
It's really not because we don't want to do it. We're really trying desperately to make Right Time happen, but it takes time.
The bottom line is family comes first for us. Yeah. We love this business, and we love you guys and everything you're doing, but we got to make sure that we're sane. We got to make sure that we're giving our kids quality attention, and that in our marriage and everything like that too. So. Right time is just one thing we have to let go just for a little while till things stabilize and we can get to a place where we have more free time and don't have all the stress of all these changes and transitions.
We walk a very fine line when it comes to work-life balance. Most people would say we're probably falling over the line, but
we love what we do.
We love what we do, and we kind of live what we work, and so we feel we have a pretty healthy balance. We've been really stretched this holiday season because we've been so busy and had a lot of people sick. We've had 2 people sick this week, so we've been back there.
The flu's been hitting our stuff. The flu's been hitting some of our distributors and stuff too. So that also causes delays. But we were down 2 people this week, and that's tough.
Yeah, Drew and Randall were both out, which they're some of the leads in the shop. So we had to go back there and step in. And, whenever I am back there in the warehouse, printing shipping labels or whatever the case may be, that's a video I'm not shooting, So that's why you might see some inactivity on the blog more so than usual. You might see, some of the activity on Fountain Pen Network and stuff is a little slower.
On that note, we were super excited. Last week, I think we went, I'm not going to say went overboard, but we got carried away a little bit with all the ideas for 2013.
Well, those weren't things that we were promising. We were trying to gauge feedback.
Yeah.
That's what that was all about.
And we've gotten a lot of great feedback, your emails and things like that. I want to let everyone know if we don't respond to that right away or we don't fully address it. It's not because we're not considering it. It's just we just, honest to goodness, just can't handle all the ideas right now.
Yeah. That was a wish list of things that we'd love to do.
Yeah, and of course that was before, the changes that we found out about. So
yeah, which there is one thing that I mentioned in the post for this broadcast. One of the things that we mentioned last week, the changes, was, making the reviews more shared, I guess, across different
similar
products. So, for example, if you review a Lamy Safari in red, but your review is, applicable to the black and charcoal and all these other colors, before it would only show up on the red, or whatever one you originally posted. Right. But Rachel, through her, mad skills, has found a way to, in a manageable format, to make it so that those applicable reviews can be posted across similar products.
When you review a sample, it'll show up on, the bottle, and vice versa. So it's not like 100% perfect, but there's now much more of a wealth of information available. Yeah. So that's not like specific to a color or specific to necessarily like a different size of something. So like if you're reviewing the 30 mil Pearl Noir, it'd show up on the 100 mil as well. Unless your review is specific to something about that like isn't shareable. Like, the charcoal safari, and you're talking about the finish being matte. I'm obviously not going to share that across other things. And
for that reason, we can't
and the
just
nib sizes and stuff too.
For that reason, we can't just make like a blanket sharing, program or whatever that just blasts it across. We've actually got to read every one and
we do read all the reviews you guys write.
We do, yeah.
So
there's a lot of them. There's a lot of reviews on our site now.
It's like 25,000 now across all the products.
That's pretty awesome. I'm really happy about that.
Is that right?
It's great. Yeah. I mean, it's so helpful. I mean, we get compliments all the time about how helpful the reviews are on our site.
They're a factor of you guys.
That's
we don't
really
write them.
not our doing. I mean, we do things like this to make them more shared and accessible and stuff, but really it's you guys reviewing stuff that is so awesome.
When you guys order, like 3 weeks after it ships, we send out an automatic email that asks you to review your products, and that's a great way that we populate that information. So your experience helps other people, and then their experience helps you, and it's really part of that community of sharing experience.
We try to make our site not just a place to buy stuff, but a great place of information. That's why we have all our tools like the Swab Shop, the Nib Nook, the Fountain of Knowledge, the Pen Plaza. All this stuff is there for you to just kind of cruise and use our website to build your interest in education in fountain pens.
And we got more
ideas. And then if you want to buy stuff, you're right there, and it's great, and we love your support.
Nice thank you for the work we do to put out those free tools.
Exactly. But the idea is to make as much information up front and shared as possible before you have to buy anything. Yeah. That's kind of how we do things. So
group hug.
That's it. So we are actually really sad that we got to go on another hiatus with Right Time. We actually do really enjoy it. It's incredibly tiring, because literally we work. We wake up at like 7:00, get our kids ready, which today they were just not themselves and just really a handful. And then, we worked all day and had a lot of different issues and people out sick and just all kinds of craziness going on. And then we finish up and we do dinner with the kids. We come home, we had to bathe them, and Ellie was a total wreck during the bath. And then get the kids in bed, and then it's like 8:00. And so then it's
time to prep for
pull out the computers, let's do all the little lower thirds and the pictures,
the lights ready.
Get the lights all set up and everything, and then we do the broadcast, and now here it is 10:00, and we've been going 14 hours at this point. It's just it's
hence the coffee.
Hence the coffee, yes. And we love it. That's why we do it. But man, it's a grind sometimes. It really is. I could see,
basically, we say it's an indefinite hiatus. I don't know how long it'll take. We may decide in a month that we're ready to bring it back. It'll probably be several months. But what I could also see perhaps happening is if we have a lot of news to share and something that we couldn't just cover in a newsletter, we could always do a spontaneous Right Time.
Yeah.
And if not at night, we could always do it during the day while we're at work.
Yeah, we could.
And we record them all, so if you're not able to join it live, at least you could watch or listen to it afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it may very well be that we decide to end the hiatus, but we decide that we can only do one Right Time a month,
or every other week,
or something like that. Doing it every week is really tough. Because that's a very big time commitment. We do like doing it though, because we like keeping the videos going on YouTube, and we like getting the good information out there. And clearly, information changes very quickly, because the information we got 24 hours ago is now different with Twsbi. But we
always try to do shorter Right Times. It never happens.
Well, tonight we're actually going to kind of keep it to an hour. So
I was actually going to ask if anyone has questions, because since we're taking a hiatus for a while, it'd be
okay. Well, that's
great
fair.
opportunity to just pound out as many questions as you can, since you guys are here and you've stuck with us for an hour.
But maybe another thing that we'll do is we'll do like more of an update, like a written update for timelines and stuff on the blog. That's always something we could do as an alternative to write time.
Or like today in the newsletter, we did like a little personal message part.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that regularly now, like more of
so.
a personal message to incorporate into. And the one I did today, I wrote that one today, and it was kind of like, you know, it's more going to be like what's happened in the last week. This one was kind of the first one we've done.
Yeah,
so
written updates on the blog. The blog doesn't just have to be for videos. The blog can just be written, like, hey, here's what's coming in this week. We have a shipment of this coming in, and the Ripple Ebonite pens are, by the way, 2 to 3 weeks away, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're always 2 to 3 weeks away.
Yeah, we'll probably rely more on the written part of the blog, because, you know, we can do a written part of the blog at 1 o'clock in the morning.
The weekly newsletters is like different.
Oh, the newsletters will be they will go on.
They're the bread and butter of like getting our information out. So weekly newsletter, make sure you signed up. Yeah. Expected date for the Twsbi pencils. They are coming in mid next week. We gotta like photograph and take dimensions, and like pencils are new to us. I'm not really sure like what kind of dimensions or things. But and
I really don't know if they're gonna sell, or they could sell out very quickly because we're not getting very many of them. Or they could be a total flop. We're kind of anticipating them to be a flop because whenever we've gone far outside of our comfort zone with fountain pens, it's usually a flop. So we're anticipating that they're not going to sell. But if they do, great, we'll be surprised.
We didn't order a lot, so I don't know.
You know, we can always get more. So
late next week, I would expect to see them up, just because it'll take us some time to get everything ready for that. Mm-hmm. Someone asked, what are the new products we'll carry? Nice try. Our dot pad dots going to be gray or violet?
They're supposed to be gray. The violet ones were a fluke.
And actually, that is the reason.
The ones that had the violet were discontinued. The top wire-bound dot pads.
The 13s and the 18s, some of them never came in. They were supposed to be a new product last year. They never came in. We just found out the 16s are discontinued as well.
Which kind of stinks, because I kind of liked them. I wasn't crazy about the dots,
it's really just temporarily discontinued until they resolve the dot issues. So they're supposed to be gray. Some of those top wire-bound Rhodia pads, those were a little wonky, but they're supposed to be gray.
That was the only problem that I ever found, was the top wire bounds.
Wondering if Pelican pens are returning. We decided to we're
going to put that on hold.
Yeah, I had the order kind of getting ready to go, but we're putting it on the back burner just because we honestly just can't handle that line right now. Yeah. Especially because it's very cash intensive.
It's a big financial investment. It's a big investment in photography and stuff.
The M800 Brown Tortoise that is supposedly coming out in February, which I'm still waiting to confirm if that's true in the U.S., that I may be open to carrying, or at least, if nothing else, like even if we don't carry this stuff on our site, you can always special order it. Mm-hmm. I just ordered this M600 for someone this week and an M200. I said,
and replacement nibs, we get special orders for those. We can do those.
So at least even if whatever we decide, you can always just send us an email. We can get them for you.
Yep. Are there replacement feeds for the Monteverde Artista Crystal? We don't have any replacement feeds.
If you have a defective or damaged one, we can get you in touch with the distributor.
Yeah, Yafa is the distributor, YAFA.
If you go to monteverdepens.com, you should be able to find contact information there. They might be able to help you out if you have a problem with yours. Mm-hmm. Are we getting both lead sizes for both barrel types? Yes. So we'll have black and silver, 0.5, 0.7, fixed and retractable, which is 8 combinations. Not 6, 8. Gotta multiply.
We're basically getting every Twsbi pencil that they make.
Okay, basically go to twsbi.com and look at the pencils and the ballpoints, and that's what we're getting.
Yep, there you go.
Can a review be done for Noodler's base date? I know there's a video of Nathan, but I'd love to hear another perspective on the ink. I know there's a lot of talk about that ink, and I'm confused if it's just a staining thing or why.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
We've never done our own review on it.
I haven't done my own review of Bay State Blue.
Are you scared?
It's almost like I know that whatever I say, it's going to create a big stir.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
It would take hours to go over.
I got to get really brave. I mean, the underlying...
I'll give you a hint. Bleach cleans up the stain.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. The ink it's unique. It's a higher pH than normal. So it's unique. It does not mix well with other inks. It does temporarily stain things. But bleach removes it completely.
Actually,
and not straight bleach either. Use like 10% bleach in water.
Stephen Brown did a review of Bay State Blue for Fountain Pen Geeks, like one of their encyclopedias.
Yeah.
And he has a great picture. The Monteverde Artista Crystal has that clear feed. He had one that was stained from Bay State Blue and showed the before and after of cleaning it with bleach, and it just cleaned right up.
And in fact, I think he also did a joke video where he had a clear Ahab, was it?
Something.
I think he had a clear Ahab, and he dipped it intentionally in Bay State to make it a blue demonstrator.
Yeah.
Which that was before they had a blue demonstrator Ahab. I think it was the Ahab. I think it was.
Something like that.
So anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, bleach cleans it right up. Bay State is not
you
as
could review Bay State Blue by doing everything except writing with it. I mean, honestly,
that would be pretty funny.
I really like the ink. I've used it in plenty of pens.
There's nothing
There's
as vibrant.
no color even close to it. It makes sense why it has the reputation it has.
Yeah. It's kind of like the poster child for Noodler's controversy is that Bay State ink, because it kind of embodies so much of what Nathan's about. Is just like, you know, the political nature, the extreme properties of the ink, the vibrant color, and you know.
Does Basic Concord Cape Cod Cranberry stain too?
Yeah, all three of the Bay States. All three of the Bay States are more prone to stain.
I had that in a Prelude for a long time, and actually I lost it for like a year and some, and then I found it. It did eventually clean out.
Oh yeah, I had to soak it in JB's for like a week.
But it did. I mean, granted,
but that was more because the ink had dried for 2 years.
A year and a half,
at
least, maybe 2 years. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
but it cleaned out.
In all honesty, Bay State Blue is one of the most popular ink colors out there. And if it was even a fraction as bad as some people make it to be, then no one would use it. You know, it's really blown out of proportion.
Yeah, that's true with Noodlers as a whole.
You'd probably be bored by a video that I would do on it because it would be so non-extreme.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll have fun with it. Maybe I'll do something. Maybe I'll just do something ridiculous.
Don't put it on your face like the black.
No, I don't.
Well, it's got the different pH, so like I wouldn't mess around with like put it on your skin and stuff.
No, I mean,
I'm sure you could. I'm sure it'd wash out. Like I don't want to freak anyone out who like gets on their fingers, but I would not put it on your face intentionally. No. Any other questions?
We can take a few more questions here. We're going over an hour a little bit.
Bring them on. Okay. Bring on the questions.
Yeah.
Quick question about Banded Apple. I have a small book that is 8 centimeter to 1 centimeter shorter than the Peewee. Can you tell me what it is? Is that one that you got with an order from us? Because they sent us
some samples.
I can't remember the name of it. Oh gosh, it's slipping my mind. It was actually like they sent us 3 different sizes. They were all like just random samples. So we just didn't know what to do with them. So we just randomly threw them in a couple people's orders.
Yeah, it was like so close in size to ones we already have. We were like, I don't think we can sell both of these.
So it's nothing that's on their price sheet or available regularly. I think they're just samples they're playing around with. The perfect size for Midori, the small Midori, or because I believe the Handy, the larger one fits the Midori Traveler's Notebook perfectly.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of people talk about that.
I haven't. I know Midori makes a passport size.
Small Midori.
The small Midori. Okay, interesting. I'll have to ask them about that because I could see that as a good marketing opportunity.
We've gotten some samples from Banded Apple of varying sizes and styles and stuff like that.
I need to ask them about dot pads because a lot of people have asked about like a dot format.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Banded Apple is a relatively small manufacturer.
Small, very new.
And all their stuff's handmade, so I mean, we may be able to ask them about developing some stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like inventing a brand new thing; it's just printing a different ruling on on paper. So. And
interestingly enough, they ship out of South Korea, and their post office is located in Gangnam, South Korea.
Yeah,
which we thought was pretty funny.
He's like, by the way, have you seen that video?
Have you ever heard of Gangnam Style video? And we're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's only the most watched video on YouTube, and it's the only thing I can put on to cut my kids' fingernails. Seriously, it has this mesmerizing... Yes. There's a lot of videos out there. It has a mesmerizing effect on babies and toddlers. I don't know what it is. I just put it on my phone.
It's true.
And they watch the video. And
I think of that now. Every time I hear that song now, I think of our kids getting their fingernails cut. Because that is their fingernail cutting song.
If I don't have it on, they're flipping out and they're squirming and I can't get them still. And I'm so scared I'm going to cut their fingers.
They'll both be restless and yelling and all kinds of stuff.
You put it on and instantly...
She'll be cutting one of their fingernails and then... whichever other kid is playing will stop everything they're doing, come over and like watch. So they're both like watching Rachel's phone, with this video, and they're just like they don't move, they don't blink, they just sit there and watch this video for 4 minutes.
And then Bob and Joseph's a bobber and Ellie's a swayer. There's a lot of funny videos out there. There's one where like this kid would not eat his food and screaming and all over the place, and she puts on the music and then just spooning.
And the kid's just like, no, it's hilarious.
It's so funny. I mean, kids and Gangnam Style, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just the funniest thing.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We got another question here.
Bandit Apple.
Yeah. We got another question. Would you ever do a video blog tour of where all the Goulet Pen Co. magic happens? We get asked about this all the time, and we haven't done it yet, mainly because... we got a lot of trade secrets,
stuff that we've learned the hard way, and I don't want people already copy us enough. I don't want to just. Our competitors would be most interested to see those. Yeah, it's like I would love to, but I just, this is our livelihood, so we have to keep some things. So hard to build what we have. But I don't want to just.
We have to keep some things close to our chest. So we've thought about doing a more of a joke video about how the Goulet magic happens. And we may still do that. But these are exactly the kinds of fun things that we would love to do, but just aren't going to have the time to do for the time being.
I definitely want to do more videos that like feature our staff and like you guys get to know our staff. So like when you get a handwritten note from, whether Alex or Rachel or whoever it's going to be, like I want you to be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Or, Ben, if he writes your note, or hey, Jacob packed my order. Like I feel like I know who that is. Like, as much as we grow, like we're still definitely like a family, and we all operate at the shop like a family, and everyone plays with our kids, and it's just it's a great environment. So like they're basically just an extension of us in that mom and pop feel. So
that's very true.
Whoever packs your order, whoever signs your note, whoever pulls the order off the shelves and puts the candy in or whatever, it'd be nice if we could somehow have more opportunities for you to, get to know them. And so I think we could put together some videos. I just don't know when. No flannel shirt, going upscale.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a flannel shirt. I have a long sleeve shirt under a t-shirt. That's how upscale I'm going today. No, I wear flannel a lot. I have at least
We just did some laundry, so that's probably where it is.
I have at least a dozen flannel shirts.
Yes, we include candy in our orders. We've been doing that since October or so. Either lollipops or Jelly Belly. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're wearing flannel now? Flannel forever. I love flannel. I'd wear it all year long if I could.
You would?
I would. I really would.
You'd be like Larry the Cable Guy and like do like cutoffs? Yeah.
Oh, that would not be such a good look for me, I don't think.
You just need to move to like Alaska or Canada or something.
I would do well there.
Well, your family's from Canada.
I have Canadian genes, so I would do well up there. Quebec is where my family hails.
Yeah, we'll have to put on like Gangnam Style and have the kids dancing. That'd be a good video.
Oh yeah, that would be.
I don't know if they dance as much as just like stare.
Yeah, they wouldn't dance. That's the thing.
Like, stare.
It would be a boring video because
they might like sway a little bit or like.
Joseph nods and Ellie sways. That's what they do. That's how they dance. It would be a boring video though because they're just so entranced. They just watch the video.
It's so funny.
It's pretty funny though.
Opa Goulet style.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks, Niels.
It's 10:10, so we should probably wrap up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
If there's any last minute questions, go ahead and fire them off in the chat. We'll go ahead and start wrapping up.
Yep. I think we'll go ahead and conclude the recorded portion of our broadcast, though. So, if you have any questions about anything, you can always shoot us an email, brian@gouletpens.com, rachel@gouletpens.com. We'll be around. We'll still be doing our normal thing, working hard to make sure the core of our business
You'll start seeing some notes from me and Brian more.
Yep, probably.
I'll be answering the phone. I'll be answering your emails.
Yep, you'll never know which Rachel you're going to get to answer the phone.
Yeah, we still have to figure that out. It'll be me for a while, but I think we'll have to do like a first name, last name sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But anyway, we're still going to look to keep the core of everything we do solid and exciting and vibrant.
And not burn out and keep balancing our family. And I'm sure you guys all appreciate that.
Yeah. We're in this for the long haul. We're not trying to, skyrocket and then fizzle out.
Did we mention our space?
No. What do you mean, mention our space? We're expanding our warehouse a little bit, but...
Yeah, I'm saying that's like another thing on our plates that we have to deal with. Busting out doors, busting out holes in the walls, and painting and electrical work and stuff like that.
We're in a pretty big space right now, so we're not gonna, bust out the seams anytime soon. It's more just we plan to be planted for a while.
We're in this for the long haul. Yeah, we did mention it last week.
We're going to be planted for a while. We're getting a little bit bigger space to accommodate future growth, pretty much. So it's not like we're going to be immediately tied up with that. There are some logistical things we need they're preoccupying.
So yeah, we have that going on in the next month or two. So that's another reason we just
got a lot going on. We're trying to do a lot of things at once.
I got a birthday party to plan.
Yep.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yes. But rest assured, whatever the case may be, we're going to do everything that we can to keep being awesome and do awesome things for you guys.
Everything we do with excellence. And,
yes, we will do that, and we're not going to stop doing that anytime soon. So we'll, right time is up in the air, but everything else is going to stay pretty solid.
Yeah, we are going to have some contests later this year. We just haven't scheduled them yet, but we definitely are going to have some. We'll keep watching the blog, the newsletter. We'll let you know for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and end the recorded portion. Again, this has been January 16th, 2013. Hopefully it won't be the last right time we do, but, it's up in the air at this point.
It's last right time for right now.
The last one for the time being. So we will see you guys later in some other fashion. Thanks.